What's up, buddy? How are you doing today? Today I'm going to talk a little bit about personal relationships, also relationships in general. If anybody out there is offended by what I say, I apologize, especially if your name is Brittany Renee Brandon. I apologize. So here we go. Saturday, man, all that stuff went down with UT. There was all the Shiana's going to be the coach. Everybody's going crazy in the UT fan base, and I'm addicted to this stuff. I'm on Twitter nonstop, okay? All the time. I'm sitting there reading, and I'm sucked into it. I'm talking to Brittany about it, and she's getting so fed up with it. See, Saturdays, I do whatever I want to. That's my one free day. Every other day, I try to do something for her. Unfortunately, we wake up at different times. I wake up every single day at 4:59. She wakes up a little bit later than that. She says she wakes up at 6:30. I don't know if that's accurate. Maybe she does. But Sunday morning, we wake up, and she's a little bit irritated. We slept in a little bit longer than we normally do. We didn't go to church. But I'm still on that Twitter. I wake up and I roll over. I'm immediately into Twitter. Okay, now keep in mind, disclaimer, this is the only day we wake up together. This Sunday, that's our morning we wake up together. And of course, I'm selfish and I don't always acknowledge these kind of things. So wake up, I get into Twitter. I just said, hey, good morning or something. She got up and she was asking me questions, and I was stuck in Twitter world. You know, I'm doing all this research because that's the most important thing in my life. Okay, which is ridiculous, by the way. She leaves, she comes back. We live really close to a store, so she went to the store, she came back. And she's talking to me, and I'm not responding, okay? And she's starting to get a little attitude with me. Hey, are you just going to ignore me all day? And I'm sitting there thinking, damn, man, it's only been 17 minutes since I woke up. I looked at the clock, okay? That phone down, and I'm like, hey, you're right. I'm gonna do a better job of talking, but doing a better job communicating and acknowledging, because that's what people want. They want to be acknowledged. So I acknowledged her, but she was still a little huffy and puffy. Okay, and I didn't understand. So that day, I'm sitting there kind of overthinking, like, damn, I mean, I can't believe she's that mad at me over 17 minutes. That's all I'm thinking. I'm internalizing from a very selfish perspective. Would you agree? I'm only thinking about me. I didn't sit and think about her side because I didn't know her side. I should know her side. That is a weakness on me. So last night, we're having this little talk at the table, and Brittany she's talking to Nicholas, and she's just talking to him about things, correcting him on things, and she was very cool with her emotions. Hey, she was cool. She was on point, I'd like to say. So I'm like, well, hey, since she's like this, I'm going to tell her about how I'm feeling about yesterday. So I delivered my news to her, and sometimes Brittany she's really feisty. So she handled it well. I told her, man, hey, I was only up for 17 minutes yesterday, and I felt like you were kind of getting on to me about nothing. And you know what she said?
What she said?
Well, she handled it. She didn't raise her tone. She's like, well, Sunday mornings are our mornings. That's the only day we get to wake up together. That is the only time that we have together where we're waking up during the week at the same time. And you know what I thought? You know what I felt like? I felt like an idiot because, damn, how selfish can I be? So my point is this: you've got to learn to articulate your position. I'm not saying that was Brittany's job to articulate her position, but she was right, I was wrong, but my selfishness led me to think, hey, I haven't done anything here. Well, that's right, I haven't done anything. My job is to acknowledge her, to make her feel like she is the most important person in my life, because she is. But think about how this ties over to people in the business world. They don't complete how they're feeling. They just say things to somebody, and the other person takes it. Everybody talks about communication as key, but there's more to communication than just saying words, acknowledging. There's more to it. There's a deeper level. I call it articulating your,
Articulating your
position. Thank you from the audience. Articulate your position. Tell somebody, hey, this is why I feel this way. A lot of times pride gets in the way and we don't want to do that, especially in relationships, because we feel like our partner should already know this. Hey, why do I have to tell him to acknowledge me? That's right. But we're all human. We all slip up. We all have mistakes. And during that particular moment, I was very, very selfish. But I'm going to ask you this, friend. Do you explain things to people to where you're articulating your position? Not just communicate, not just telling somebody, not just say, hey, do this. Learn to articulate your position because it makes them feel better. It makes them understand. It puts you on the same page. This works in relationships. It also works in working relationships. So, hey, just want to share this little story. Sorry it went so long, but hey, baby, I love you, Brittany Renee.